With Phase 2 and Ulduar right around the corner, it's time to get all of your characters ready for the new raid and the next part of the expansion. And Blizzard has given us back the Joyous Journeys buff, this 50% experience buff that will last us all the way until January 16th, and it's the fastest way we've ever had to level up your characters. So today I'm gonna give you the 5 best ways to level during this time with the Joyous Journeys buff to make sure you have as many characters leveled up as you need for Phase 2 and Ulduar right as they launch. I myself took advantage of this buff and leveled up a fresh character literally this week and was able to easily get it from level 60, I had a level 60 boost, all the way to level 80 and get it fully geared in the very first day of playing the character. Well, the very first thing you should look into is coming up this weekend with the Call to Arms Wotlk Valley. That's right, AV Weekend is basically one of the best ways to level up your characters whenever it's active. You can get upwards of 200,000 experience per AV, and those can take anywhere from 6 to 18-ish minutes. And you will also get so much honor that you'll basically pretty much be honor capped by the time you hit level 80, as well as you can get your characters from level 71 all the way up to 80 in just that weekend. It's actually not even gonna take the whole weekend. It's very, very quick and very easy. And you do get a boost from this from having your heirlooms, and this should also get a boost from having Joyous Journeys. So this should be one of the best ways to level, and I highly urge everybody to take advantage of it. Outside of AV, one of the fastest ways to level is actually gonna be the hyper spawn locations. These locations were used from the Race to World First to get people all the way up to level 80 faster than literally possible from any other route. And I do have a video somewhere up there or maybe in the description that shows these routes, but things like the Seal Farm will give you upwards of maybe almost 3 million plus XP an hour now, especially if you're on a Warlock, but almost any character can do these farms, and they're actually not that contested right now, which is a little bit shocking because everybody has this massive XP boost. Now again, if you want to see all of the locations that you can do the best hyper farms, I would just click the link in the description, but the best one by far is the Seal Farm, and then as you level up, it's a very easy one to go to is just the Venture Co farm, or switch between Venture Co and Grizzly Hills. Now for number 3, the good old tried and true route, just genuinely questing is incredibly fast. It feels like you're twice as fast, even though it's only a 50% boost, but getting through the questing zones is a blast, and it's something you can actually do where you just sit back and relax and follow an arrow if you get something like the Rested XP guides. Now I've talked about these before, and every content creator really has, because they are actually phenomenal and really well put together, but I would suggest you update it if you're gonna wanna do this. Or you can just quest through the zones with something like Questy by itself, and you'll be able to blast through the levels because you now have heirlooms on top of flying, and flying makes questing for your ult so incredibly easy. Now my personal favorite questing route is to start in Borean Tundra, just do Warsong Hold in this little area here. Koldara is insane XP, and then you usually could go up to this section, but you don't need to. Now with the XP buffs, you can move on directly into Dragonblight, do Agmar's Hammer or whatever your zone is if you're Alliance, Star's Rest, and go up here to the Crystal Vice area, get some quests done here, and then you can already move on. Either swing by Grizzly Hills or skip it entirely and go into Zoldrak, which will be insane XP here in Light's Breach and Ebon Watch, moving directly into Argent Strand. And as you start passing this, then you should actually move on past into the next zone, which will then be Sholazar Basin into Storm Peaks and Ice Crown Citadel. But if you're doing the questing route or any of these routes, I would highly suggest actually exactly at level 77, you go to the next farming location. And number 4 is gonna be the Onslaught Harbor Griffin Farm. This place was so easy to level. I actually learned about this place from a Scotty J video, so shout out to my boy Scotty. I was easily sustaining above 1.6 million XP an hour, but if you were tryharding, you can definitely make it over 2 million an hour. So this location is phenomenal, absolutely blew me out of the water. The daily to start doing this is actually called No Fly Zone. So once you unlock that, you can start doing this. But to unlock that, you need to go and get the quest that will actually say blood in the water, where you kill the sharks and use a little item to suck up their blood. And to unlock that in general, you just need to do your quests over in the Shadow Vault, which will send you then over to rise with all due haste to the location. Quick tip, make sure you focus on pulling multiple mobs at one time. There's a lot of times where you can get 3 or 4 together very easily. Make sure to utilize your speed boost on 4, as well as just focus down on burning mobs with 1. If your griffin gets low, just dismount it and summon a new one. And number 5 is actually gonna be boosting. No one likes talking about it, but a lot of people do it, and it is a ridiculously fast way to level. Now, the Halls of Stone boosts are pretty much the best way to just AFK your way all the way up to level 80. It is a little pricey, and the experience is relative, if not slightly just better than the AV farms. So realistically, AV is kind of the thing you really want to take advantage of this weekend. But if you are gonna get boosted, then you're absolutely gonna wanna go to Halls of Stone. You need to be level 72 to enter into the instance, and the fastest boosters that you can find are gonna be warrior tanks. Warriors are the best at boosting, and then it's gonna be paladins and mages, but the paladin needs a ton of gear to do this reliably and quickly, so make sure you're paying attention to how efficiently your booster is actually clearing the dungeon. Now, of course, some classes can do some cheeky things within dungeons, things like Death Knights, mages, maybe warlocks, potentially hunters, and definitely warriors. So there are some phenomenal boosts there, which will actually usually out-level any XP gains you can get anywhere else if you're doing them efficiently. So make sure to look into if there's something for your class, if you can get it done. And that's pretty much it, guys. Those are by far the best ways to level up your alts and the fastest ways to level up your alts and take advantage of the Joyous Journeys buff. I highly suggest you take full advantage of this because we only have it for less than a month left, and it is incredibly fast to level up right now. So if there's any classes you might want to play in Phase 2 in Ulduar, or even any classes you might want to play all the way throughout Wrath of the Lich King, then take the time right now, especially during the holidays, to get it done and level them up. And with that, I want to say happy holidays, guys. Thanks for watching. Good luck out there in Phase 2 in Ulduar. And also, of course, for the Rested XP guides, if you do want to grab it yourself, there's a discount code in the description, but you don't need to. It is one of the best ways to level, but all of these ways will get you to level 80 extremely quickly with this 50% XP boost and your heirlooms.